With this next step, I have my casing, and I have the part of my casing that's going to be the front where I did those buttonhole markings on it. And I am going to just flip it over to the back side, and I have cut a couple of scraps of fusible interfacing, and I am just going to apply that interfacing to where those buttonholes are going to go on the back side of my fabric here. Remember, when we do our interfacing, fusible interfacing, there's kind of like a rough side and kind of a fuzzy side. That rough side is going to go down against the fabric because that's got the things that will kind of melt onto the fabric a little bit so that it stays in place. Okay, so I have that fusible interfacing there on the back side of my fabric, and now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to make my buttonholes. I'm going to sew those with my machine here, and then I'll rip them with the seam ripper. So every machine is a little bit different on how the buttonholes are made. So I think we've gone over buttonholes before, but if you need any assistance, I'll be glad to help you in class here. I went ahead and sewed my buttonholes here, but I have not made the holes in them yet. So I just wanted to refresh you on this. So I'm going to do it on the back side here because I think you can see it a little bit better as well as I can too. So I am just going to take my seam ripper and I am going to put it right in front of this zigzag stitch that went in there, and I am going to take my seam ripper and kind of carefully tear down to that other notch here. So I go from one end to the other in between those little zigzags to get my opening of my buttonhole. And again, you want to be slow and controlled with this because you don't want to actually cut your stitching there at all. So there I have my two buttonholes.